of the Carroll County Board of Commissioners to order. I'm calling on County Clerk Susan Mabry to call the roll.
Chairman Michelle Morgan.
Here.
Vice Chairman George Chambers.
Here.
Commissioner Montrell McClendon.
Here.
Commissioner Clint Chance.
Here.
Commissioner Tommy Lee. Commissioner Steve Fuller.
Here.
Commissioner Ernie Reynolds.
Here.
Thank you.
I now call on Norma Brochadel with the Catholic Center at UWG and students who will lead us in the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening. Thank you for having us here. Just wanted to share briefly, I'm the Director of Campus Ministry at the New Catholic Center at the University of West Georgia. We just had our dedication and blessing this past Saturday. Our Archbishop Hartmeyer came to celebrate the day with us. The Catholic community in West Georgia has been serving students for over 50 years in the West Georgia area and at the University of West Georgia, but we've never had a physical home to call our own and to have ministry, and so just a very special day and time for us that we now have what we're calling a spiritual and intellectual home for the students of University of West Georgia. So of course we are serving our Catholic students, but all students, faculty, and staff members, hopefully giving them a place where they can grow in faith, and to be in fellowship, just a place to call home. And I know just in the short week since school has started, given all that's going on with the pandemic and just kind of the social unrest that we've had, it's been very important. I think it's been a great place for them to call home while they are away from home. So I'm going to introduce, this is Lily Welter. She's a freshman just coming to Carrollton. She's learning about our community, and she's going to lead us in the invocation.
God our Father, you guide everything in wisdom and love. Accept the prayers we offer for our local community and nation. In your goodness, watch over our government leaders. Grant that they may be enabled by your powerful protection to lead our country with honesty, justice, and mercy, so that everywhere may enjoy freedom, security, and peace. We ask this in his name, amen.
Now I'm going to invite up two more of our students, Julie Lloyd and Sarah Sweet, to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner, before you sit down, they'd like to do a group picture. So Ashley's going to handle this for us. Thank y'all for coming. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor? All those opposed?
So,
You each have a copy of the August 27th, 2020 special call meeting, the August 27th, 2020 work session, and the September 1st meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve and a second?
Motion. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion on these minutes? Seeing and hearing none. All those in favor?
motion approved 6-0.
The next item on the agenda is public comments, and public comments are just that, an opportunity for the public to address the Commission with any issues or concerns they may have. All remarks should be directed to the chairman and not to individual commissioners, staff, or citizens in attendance. Members of the public shall not make inappropriate or offensive comments. Any individual who violates these rules of decorum may be removed from the meeting. At this time, the board will not comment, nor will the board take any action on the comments. The speakers are limited to 3 minutes. There was a sign-up sheet in back. We'll take those comments first, and then anyone else waiting to do so may make some comments. I have a Ron Butler. You'll come forward and make your comments, please. And Ron, if you'll state your name and address for the official record, please.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, good evening, everybody. My name is Ron Butler, and I live at 570 Moss Ferry Road in Villa Rica, and I'm requesting that my comments be included in the meeting minutes, and I'm here tonight to talk about the new passive park located at 660 Moss Ferry Road. First of all, I'd like to commend Mr. Jeff Matthews for donating 106 acres to Carroll County, and I believe this donation will benefit many, many Carroll County residents for generations. I think it's a great thing. Secondly, all of you county commissioners should also be commended for unanimously accepting and approving the Matthews donation. But lastly, I'm here to inform the Board of Commissioners that I own a 2-acre tract of land located at 574 Moss Ferry Road, and that actually adjoins 660 Moss Ferry Road. And access to that 2 acres is via a right-of-way, and that right-of-way actually crosses 660 Moss Ferry Road. And presently the right-of-way is not in use, but it's just full of big trees, so it looks really nice. The deed for Moss Ferry Road, 574 Moss Ferry Road, as well as the deed for the right-of-way are registered in the Carroll County Courthouse. On October 1st, 2020, I met with Carroll County Attorney Stacy Blackman, and to make sure that the county is aware of this right-of-way. Together we reviewed the deeds, and she is totally aware of the situation. I didn't bring any copies of the deeds, but if you need them, I guess you could provide them upon request. As far as Mr. Matthews' awareness, he and I have met and discussed this before. These discussions took place more than a decade ago, and some of those discussions actually occurred in front of the Carroll County Board of Commissioners. So, in closing, I am in favor of this donation to this property, and I'm here to encourage you, County, to move forward with your efforts, while at the same time ensuring the integrity and the availability of the right-of-way to my property at 574 Moss Ferry Road. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, I'm available. Thank you.
All right. I don't have anyone else signed up. Is there anyone here tonight that would like to?
Me.
Oh,
I want to give this.
is there anyone here tonight that did not sign up that would like to make some public comments? I'll ask a second time. All right, seeing and hearing none, we will move on to our special presentation. Commissioner Steve Fuller is going to read a proclamation. We have Jared Griffiths here with his daughter, principal of Central High School. He's here to accept the proclamation from the board in observance of Central High School's National STEM Certification and declaring October as STEM Education Month in Carroll County. We also want to recognize there were several other county schools that also earned this National STEM Certification, including Temple High School, Ithaca Elementary, and Bowden Elementary. Commissioner Fuller.
Proclamation in observance of Central High School National STEM Certification. Whereas one of our most important resources is our youth who represent the future of our county, and whereas science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM, drive Carroll County's 21st century economy and are critical to preparing our graduating high school students for college, technical training, and entering the workforce, and whereas education provides skills essential to workforce development, ensuring Carroll Countyans are ready for the jobs of tomorrow, of today and tomorrow. STEM education is necessary to succeed and expand career opportunities in our competitive knowledge-based economy. And whereas parents, teachers, mentors, and volunteers have accepted the challenge to provide youth with both the content knowledge and exposure to STEM subjects and experiences and the ability to apply this knowledge in real and relevant ways, and whereas developing these STEM skills and encouraging young Carroll Countyans to pursue careers in STEM fields is critical for our county's future. Now, therefore, we, the Carroll County Board of Commissioners, on behalf of the citizens of Carroll County, do hereby proclaim October 2020 as STEM Education Month and urge citizens to recognize the positive impacts of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics on the advancement in our county. In witness whereof, I, Michelle Morgan, Chairman of the Carroll County Board of Commissioners, have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of Carroll County to be affixed the 6th day of October in the year of our Lord, 2020. And it's signed Michelle Morgan, Chairman, Carroll County Board of Commissioners.
Ashley, how do you want to do the picture so that we stay? Make sure we stay safe and have your.
Jerry, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll move to Tony.
That works better.
Okay, now we'll move into our financial session. All these items were gone over at our work session this past Thursday. So the first one is a request from the Carroll County Schools for backing their upcoming issuance of general obligation bonds. Do y'all have any further questions for our county attorney, Stacy Blackman?
No, ma'am.
I'll accept a motion in a second, please.
Second.
We probably need to read it, don't we, Stacy? Sometimes I try to be so efficient we move quicker. Would you like me to go ahead and read the actual? Okay. So 9.1.
Yes.
Okay.
We're actually not backing the bonds, it's just agreeing to levy the taxes in the event. So I think reading that heading is great.
Okay, so I'll make it. So tax resolution, Carroll County Schools. Consideration of a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of Carroll County to assure compliance with the Constitution of the State of Georgia by assessing and providing for the principal and interest of general obligation sales tax bonds to be issued by the Carroll County School District. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion. Second.
Is there any discussion? All right, hearing and seeing none, all those in favor?
Motion approved, 6-0.
Okay, 9.2 is a request from the Sheriff's Office for new patrol vehicles. These funds have already been designated in the SPLOST budget as the Commission's commitment to replacing 10 vehicles for the Sheriff's Office annually. I will read it. 9.2, Sheriff's Office Capital Project 2021. Consideration of the Sheriff's Office request to purchase 10 vehicles fully equipped for a total cost of $355,000 as a capital project for the fiscal year 2020-2021. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Motion approved, 6-0.
Again, on 9.3, Superior Court, the courtroom equipment. A consideration of Chief Superior Court Judge John Simpson's request for courtroom equipment in the amount of $25,000 to be paid from the CARES Act funds. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Motion approved, 6-0.
9.4, courthouse change orders. Consideration of a resolution to authorize modified scope of work for construction work at the new Carroll County Courthouse and Carroll County's historic courthouse. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Motion approved, 6-0.
Okay, 9.5, elections grant. Consideration to accept a grant from the Center for Tech and Civic Life, CTCL, in the amount of $66,776 for the elections department. Do Do I have a motion and a second?
One item, I think at the work session, we also said to amend that item to also approve an amendment for the budget expense
You're right, hang
for
on,
an equal amount.
Oh, I don't have my notes from Thursday, so yes, let me rephrase that, okay. All right, a consideration to accept a grant from the Center for Tech and Civic Life, CTCL, in the amount of $66,776 for the Elections Department, and also to move the money, to do a budget amendment of the same dollar amount for the elections.
Right.
Okay.
Question. That, what we're talking about as far as the budget amount is to add this 66,000 to the budget.
Correct.
Okay, because I just read in that details that you can't supplant the budget, so we're not doing
Correct,
that. Okay.
correct. So what we're doing is we're accepting the $766, and in the same motion, we're going to transfer that money directly to their line item.
Yeah.
So we don't have to come back later and do it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Motion.
A motion and a second?
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Motion approved, 6-0.
Great, thank you. Now we're going to move into the business session. This also we went over at last Thursday's work session. 10.1 is a solid waste management plan for 2020 to 2030. Consideration of a multi-jurisdictional solid waste management plan serving Carroll County, Georgia, and the cities of Bowden, Carrollton, Temple, Mount Zion, Roopville, Billerica, and Whitesburg. Do I have a motion and a second?
Motion to approve is presented.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
I just have one, reading through it, and it's a great plan. I've had several constituents, and I don't, just being here a year, I don't know if this is normal or a rise in the number, but several people call me and say, oh, people have dumped a pile of trash over here, or there's Charles went out of his way to go actually more than the right-of-way and clean up just a mega amount of carpet and carpet pads, and it's just constant. Like I probably get 1 or 2 a week. Can you put a sign up on this road that people are dumping trash? And I'm just wondering, from a planning standpoint, are we doing enough to both incentivize people to take their trash where they need to take it, or providing enough disincentive in the terms of enforcement so that they won't? I don't know what to do, but it just seems to me like there's just more and more of this. And in a plan, I'd just like to know, are we doing enough to not have this continue?
All right, so Donna Lackey, who the Director of Public Service and Outreach with the University of West Georgia, also wrote our solid waste plan, and so and did the research and everything. So I've invited her back up to address your question.
And Mr. Pope did share with me your concerns. You will see that there's a section in there about dumping and to dissuade dumping. You not only have incentives through education and Keep Carroll Beautiful, but also you have the dissuasion, I guess, since the 1990s of us being able to go through the dumped trash and actually cite the offenders. So in my opinion, as a planner, I believe that you have the proper recourse. It's just a matter of enforcement.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Donna?
Well, I'd just like to make a comment. I read, my background is geoscience, so I actually read it like 1.5 times. I mean, when you start throwing out terms like Tallapoosa soil, Holocene, and Brevard Fault, you had my rapt attention. But I thought it was a well-written and informative plan, and I just want to thank you for that.
Any other discussion or comments? All right, hearing and seeing none. All those in favor? Any opposed?
Motion approved, 6-0.
So before moving into the zoning session, I would like to read the policies and procedures governing the conduct of zoning hearings. The applicant or anyone speaking in favor of the application request shall be allowed a total of 10 minutes to present their request. Anyone opposed to the request shall also have a total of 10 minutes to present their opposition. If there are multiple speakers for or against an application, Please be mindful that you have 10 minutes total, not each person, and to allow others to speak should they wish to do so. Anyone speaking for or against the application shall be allowed a total of 5 minutes to speak in rebuttal. Tommy's usually my timer. Since he's not here, Clint, will you be our timer? Okay, thank you. I'm now going to call on County Planner Janet Hyde for our zoning meeting.
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. The first item that I have tonight is a conditional use at 659 Cartbody Road. The owner applicant is Michael Jack Driver. The application number C-20-09-01. He's asking for conditional use to add a second dwelling to the property. This is land lot 8 of the 4th District, parcel 137-0019. This property is located in Commission District 4. Planning Commission heard this and recommended approval. Staff is also recommending approval. Mr. Driver has an elderly mother that he wants to live close to. This would not be a temporary residence. It would be a permanent second residence on the property. And Mr. Driver is present.
Janet, I want to make one correction. When I'm looking at the paperwork that we have scanned in for us, it says Commission District 6.
Oh, it is
County
6, I'm
Commissioner
sorry.
George Chambers. Is
It
that
is.
correct, Cartbody Road? But I think Cartbody
Yes.
Road's off Clem Lowell, is it
That's
not?
District 4, yes, right up around from my house.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, mine says District 4.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, mine says right here, District 6. Just want to make sure where y'all think I'm coming from. And that's Michael Jack Driver. Okay, I just want to make sure we have the exact clarification.
Okay.
So it is District 4.
It is District 4, looking at the
Commissioner
map.
Fuller.
Okay, this one says District 6. The original one I had said District 4. Okay.
Okay. Just want to make sure we have it correct, because the last I looked, Cartbody comes off Glen Lowell.
It does.
So, sorry for the confusion, but I want to make sure we have everything correct.
All due respect.
So Mr. Driver wants to come forward after this.
Good evening. My name's Michael Driver. I live at 659 Cartbody Road, and I'm here seeking permission to add a house to my property. I live about 150 yards from my mother. She's 87 years old and has dementia, so I need to be where I can get to her quickly if something happens. She's failed numerous times over the last few years. And the dwelling there right now is a double-wide mobile home. It's been there for 38 years, and it's old, and we're wanting to build a new house before I retire, so I don't have to work on it continuously when I do. And we had intended to tear it down, but my daughter and granddaughter have asked to live in it for a year or so until she can save some money for her home place. So we're going to let her live there, but as quick as she gets out, we do intend on tearing the old place down. That's all I got.
Is there anyone else here that came with you to speak in favor of it? Okay. Right. Is there anyone here to speak against or that's opposed of this conditional use? I'll ask one more time. Is there anyone here that's opposed? All right, seeing and hearing none, you have 5 minutes again if you'd like to speak one more time.
No, I think I'm done.
Okay, great. So is there any discussion from the commission? Any questions you have for Janet?
I'm familiar with where his place is. He's got plenty of room over there, so I don't see a problem.
All right, at this time I'll entertain a motion in the second.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Motion approved, 6-0.
Thank you.
All right, Janet, we have 11.2.
The next item I have is case number Z-20-09-01. This is consideration of owner applicant James P. Gribben Jr. and Melody F. Gribben's request for rezoning from residential to agricultural for the purpose of placing a mobile home on the property. This is land lot 217 of the 6th District, parcel 146-1111, located at 233 Miller-Agan Road in Temple. And the Planning Commission heard this. They did recommend approval. Staff is also recommending approval of this. And the Gribbins are here.
Okay, would y'all like to come on and speak?
James Gribbin, 81 West Green Level Road, Villa Rica. As Janet mentioned, we just are looking to put a mobile home on our 4 acres out beside our son. That's pretty much it.
Did anyone else come with you to speak in favor? Is there anyone here that is opposed to this? Anyone here opposed? Seeing and hearing none, I guess we don't need the 5 minutes. Do we have any questions for Janet from the commission or? All right, hearing and seeing none, I'll ask for a motion in a second.
Make a motion to approve the rezoning from residential to agricultural for the purpose of placing a mobile home.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Motion approved, 6-0.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, 11.3, Janet.
The last case that I have is item Z-20-08-01. This item was tabled from last month's meeting. The owner applicant is Southeast Investors LLC. This is Joey Martin Auctioneers. They're asking for rezoning from agricultural to commercial to expand their existing auction yard. This is land lot 342 with the 7th District, parcel 071-0033, 161 Mandeville Lane in Carrollton. Planning Commission recommended approval of this application based on staff's recommendation that they become compliant with the corridor plan. Joey Martin Auctioneers has property that fronts Highway 27. That current parcel is about 8 acres. That's parcel 072-0032. The parcel that's being rezoned, there is a typo in the staff report. The parcel that's being rezoned is 3 acres, not 7.33. I did make a visit to the site yesterday. They have begun to work on the corridor plan. We did receive a plan from their civil engineer that was approved by staff. However, they have not completed that work for the corridor plan. Like I said, they have started on it. They've got some of the fencing up, but I didn't see any of the landscaping up yet. At this point, I think staff would make a recommendation that we approve this and give them maybe 60 days to become compliant with that corridor plan and get that landscaping in and the remainder of the fence. Mr. Martin is here to speak on behalf of this application.
Good evening. I'm Joey Martin again, Joey Martin Auctioneers and Southeast Investors. We purchased the property on 27, I believe it was July or August of 2016. Worked hand in hand with John Bass on developing that site for an auction yard. We had a little issues with the first contractor. Very slow progression, so we soon, early last year, we changed horses and we got us a new contractor, got the dirt work, the site, the retention ponds. We had all that completed, dealt with GDOT. GDOT did not enforce the deceleration lane, but we chose to go ahead and put it in because of the hill, the large trucks entering and exiting the site. So I believe it was May the 14th, we were given the green light per se from, I guess it was GDOT, that the site had been completed. As Janet said, we do have the beautification plan which the fence and trees and shrubbery and so forth, and probably the biggest thing is our office that we want to construct on site. So we are in the works of that. Excuse me, but that site has been so so good to our business. It's just grown over the course of 3 years. So we were able to purchase this land on Mandeville Lane in hopes that we can use that to just simply expand some of our what we call small agriculture and small compact equipment as part of the auction yard, and keep the large equipment up on the face of 27, but simply wanting to expand with the 3 acres on top of the 8 to make the yard larger. So.
Mr. Martin, is there anybody here to speak in favor with you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. At this time, I'll ask, is there anyone here to speak in opposition? I'll ask a second time, is there anyone here to speak in opposition? All right, hearing none, I guess you don't need the 5 minutes to have rebuttal. Commissioners, do y'all have any questions for Janet?
Ms. Hyde, anytime I think we have something where we're moving it from ag to another zoning, we always, I think, take pause and just make sure that with staff and working with the Planning Commission, there was not any concerns as far as moving it from ag.
No, there's no concern. This property is contiguous with their current auction site. It does have frontage on Mandeville Road, and I might state for the record that Mr. Martin has said that they will not be using that Mandeville Road as an access for the large equipment. That's only for them to bring their RV in.
And as far as the contingent plan, I don't think 30 days matters, but we've done something in months past that was kind of tied to a time frame, and we gave them 90 days. Would you be opposed if we had some continuity with that and give a 90-day period?
Sure, 90 days is fine.
Would that be fine? Madam Chair, I'll make a motion that we approve this rezoning from agricultural to commercial, contingent upon the applicant becoming compliant with the corridor development plan on the acreage that has highway frontage. This will be conducive of a 90-day time frame.
Do you want to add, as he has stated, he will not use Mandeville Road for large equipment, only for the RVs?
I'll be willing to add that and amend my original motion. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, we have a motion with an amendment. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Motion approved, 6-0.
If there's no further business, I will ask for a motion and a second to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Any discussion? All those in favor?